Hello, so here we are Friday at the end of my first week as the London Assembly member for Croydon and Sutton, and I thought I'd give you a quick update about what's been going on this week and what I've been up to. So I actually officially took office on Tuesday, so it hasn't quite been a full week, but today we've done the allocations to committees, so I'm pleased to say that I will be on the Transport Committee, the Budget Committee and the Economy Committee. Which I'm really looking forward to. Transport, I think, is quite self-explanatory, always a very important issue for people right across London, particularly in Croydon and Sutton. The Budget Committee is about scrutinising the Mayor's budget and holding him to account for how he's spending his money. And the Economy Committee actually is, I think, probably going to be one of the most important committees, certainly in the coming year, because that is all about not just business, it's also about economic development and culture and sport and tourism and basically all of the things that make London the amazing city that it will be again, but hasn't been really over the last year. So I'm very excited to be the work we can do on the Economy Committee to get London back up and running. The other thing I thought I would just touch on a little bit, I think in future weeks when I do these updates I'll be able to say more about what we've been up to, but since we haven't been up to very much this week in the first week, I thought I would say a little bit about what exactly the London Assembly is and what we do there. So I think it's sometimes a bit mysterious to people. So the Assembly is elected at the same time as the Mayor. The Mayor has the decision-making power, but the Assembly, the 25 of us elected to the London Assembly, basically have a scrutiny function. So there are 14 of us elected from constituencies, like in my case the constituency of Croydon and Sutton, and then there are 11 others who are elected on the London-wide top-up list. And the new composition of the London Assembly has 11 Labour members, 9 of us in the Conservative group, including myself, 3 Greens and 2 Liberal Democrats. And there are basically sort of 2 main things that the Assembly does. The first thing is to hold the London Mayor to account for the decisions that he makes and how he's spending your money, which is certainly what we'll be looking at on the Budget Committee. And then the second part is more of an investigative role, looking at issues that are important in London and trying to influence policy, particularly of the Mayor, but maybe wider than that. On issues that are happening or are happening or look like they may be happening coming down the road in future. I think for me there are probably also 2 other important jobs that I see in my role as the Croydon and Sutton Assembly member. One of them is clearly to make sure that Croydon and Sutton's voice is heard in City Hall. So I think sometimes there's a tendency for City Hall to get a bit of a sort of central London Zone 1 mindset, and as those of us out here in outer London know very well, life out here is quite different, and I think it's a very important part of my role to make sure that they hear what our issues and concerns are and the things that are affecting us here in Croydon and Sutton. And then the second part, the final part, I think, is partly what this little video is about, which is making sure that you understand what's going on, what I'm doing, what the Assembly is doing, what decisions are happening there that affect you or might be affecting you in the future. So I'll be making these little video diaries quite regularly, updating you on what's going on, and hopefully that will help you to understand a bit more about what we're doing in City Hall and how hopefully we're making your life better, particularly as we recover from the pandemic and get London back up and running. I'm really looking forward to seeing London as this year goes on, really reopening and thriving as the great, amazing city that it is, and making sure that Sutton and Croydon are part of that. So thank you very much for listening to this week's update. I will speak to you again next week and maybe in between, but certainly next week.